Welcome to Straight from the Horse's Mouth, where we cut the BS and give you the truth all about sports. Once again, I'm Bryce. So with a special guest, with a guest host, my own fan.
Special guest.
Bryce is under the weather. He's still helping us out, but he's under the weather today. So I had to call in the truth, had to call in the reinforcements. You know what I'm saying? My cousin Terrence, aka Junior. Is it what do you want? What do you want me to call you on the pod? Junior, Terrence, TJ. I never call him TJ.
It depends on how you. It depends on how you know me. I got like 7 different names. I mean, so whatever you think, Junior, Terrence, T Mill, whatever's goes.
And I don't appreciate you coming up here flexing on me. Now look at me. I look like
it's a long day. It's a long day.
I look like I'm going to a complex. You know what I'm saying?
It's a long day.
You know what I mean?
You say you need a Shannon Sharp, so I came with the Shannon Sharp. All right. That's how we gonna do it.
How you been? How you been this week? How you good?
It's been cool. I mean, I had a break from school, so got a chance to relax. Got a chance to check out the NBA finally, even though I missed the first week. But I mean, everything else cool. Catching up on, like I said, NFL heating up.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really like playoff time, especially NCAA. It's damn near playoff time too. So all these games matter. Colorado on the hunt. You know
did they win? Did they play yesterday? They win?
No, they was on bye the bye week. Yeah.
They get bye weeks in college?
Yeah.
Bro, I thought the niggas just played. I thought they just played week after week after week.
Yeah.
And it's just
and now they tied for second place in the Big 12 too.
Okay. Right.
So I mean, some shake their way. They might be in the Big 12 championship game. So
that'd be kind of lit.
Take a look out for that. Yeah.
If we can get Colorado in the college football playoff.
They have to pull off a miracle in the Big 12 championship game because BYU is for real. But that'll shock the world. Yeah. That'll shock the world because you can get anybody. They might play Boise State or something first. Like,
Genty.
That's what I'm saying.
Heisman off.
Yeah, you can get a good matchup first round.
I saw you posted that you voted. Congratulations.
Oh, definitely. That is something that's like Nick Bosa, that's very important.
Hey man, great segue. We off to a fly start already. Thanks for setting.
I agree with him on one thing. Yeah. That is, it is definitely very important. So I handle my business and want to take care of that.
So speaking of handling the business, obviously the 49ers played last week. They handled business, took care of the Cowboys Sunday Night Football, and Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying? You know the Mr. Irrelevant was getting his interview on, and
he's still Mr. Irrelevant.
Nah, but that's his title. You know what I mean? He was getting his interview on. It was him, the guy who filled in for Jordan
Mason,
running back, and George Kittle. Right now they just doing their interview. You know what I'm saying? Minding their damn business. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling. You know what I mean? Like Day Craig on the stoop, just chilling. And Nick Bosa, who don't talk.
That's true.
Don't say nothing.
And he lived up to that, actually.
You know what I'm saying? Now he come out of way. You know what I mean? Points to his hat, sign language style. You know what I mean? And by the way, I've never seen that hat. And the hat we're referring to is the
white and gold joint.
Yeah, the white hat, the white. So he pulls up to the interview. He points to the hat. Right now, if you watch it in real time, you can't really tell what the hat says. Right? It's like because it's white.
You can't tell what the letters say, but you've seen like that combination and that figure so many times.
I couldn't. It could have said FUBU. I don't know what. I don't know what. You know what I mean? I thought he could have been down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what. And then once you know how social media makes its rounds and turns out to be a "Make America Great Again" hat. Obviously, that's Trump's slogan. It was slogan in 2016. It was a slogan in 2020, and it's a slogan now. And then when he goes to the press conference, since now he pointed to the hat. He wasn't ushered to the hat. It wasn't his interview. Wore the hat. You know what I mean?
He wasn't like, oh my bad. I ain't know that. Yeah.
And now I think about this. He was gonna do that no matter who was getting interviewed because he had that in the tuck. He had the hat on the sideline.
The interview is on the field. Yeah. So it's not like where everybody is at. So he had to run to find the interview. Yeah. And just to show that. So he was dedicated to it.
Yeah. That's how you know Dallas. That's how you know he had an easy day. Dallas didn't make him work at all. He had other stuff. He couldn't wait for this interview to happen.
The premeditated.
Yeah. Premeditated strike. So he points to the hat. Yeah. And post game, rightfully so, they ask him about it. And all he says is a very important time. He doesn't want to get into it. He started it. And it's very important time. He pulled a J. Cole pretty much. So let's he back there. He back. He J. Cole'd us. He back there. He gave us a quick drill, and then he said, I'm good. I can't sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? Gotta protect his peace.
Okay, let's pause there for a second because we're gonna get into that.
For sure.
So what rule did he break?
All right. So the rule says Rule 5, Section 4, Article 8, NFL rulebook states that The entire time a player is visible to the stadium and television audience, they are prohibited from wearing, displaying, or otherwise conveying personal messages either in writing or illustration unless such message has been approved in advance by the league office. The league will not grant permission for any club or player to wear, display, or otherwise convey messages through helmet decals, armbands, jersey patches, mouthpieces, or other items affixed to game uniforms or equipment, which relate to political activities or causes, other non-football events, causes or campaign, or charitable cause or campaign.
That's fine. Okay. So George Pickens got fined because he had the eye paint.
Yep.
Who had was it Fuck Dallas or something?
I don't know.
Who had this T-shirt? The T-shirt that they had. Somebody had a T-shirt under their uniform.
Kittle.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? So he had that. He got fined for that, and somebody else got fined for something dumb
Cam Hayward, George Pickens' teammate, he got fined for the decal, the black eyewear, and it was promoting something positive.
Yeah,
and they fined him for it.
Yeah. So okay, so he broke that rule.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna see what the league do. Time is ticking, so I don't know how long it takes to make that determination. So I don't know what they're taking so long for. But
I heard they was gonna wait till after like this week or.
Oh, okay.
After the election, that's what I heard.
Okay, I don't know why, but okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so now he gets to the press conference, and it's his time to shine.
Right.
This is it.
Right.
You showed the hat. Now it's time to get in front of the camera, lay out your speech.
Stand on business.
You know what I'm saying? It's not right in my notes.
Yeah.
It's time to stand on business. Now, first, before we get to the stand on business, if you are a Trump supporter,
right.
If you were independent voter, actually, like you don't know, you still undecided. You don't know if you're gonna vote for Kamala, you vote for Trump. So you're watching the game, and you see Bosa do this.
Right.
So now as the press conference comes, and he's like, "Okay, tell me something, Bosa. Like, why should I vote for Trump?"
Right.
Then he just leaves everybody hanging. Like, if you want to vote for Trump, if you support Trump, make America great again, all of that, tell me why. Like, it's like me, I'm saying I want to vote for Kamala, and then I get to a microphone like now, and I'm like, it's just a very important time right now, and that's really all I can say. Like, that's not going to persuade you to do anything.
Yeah.
So I feel like even he did himself a disservice by not even attempting to like put forth his side of things, not even attempting to put forth his message and why we should vote for Trump. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, I mean, you probably know some like the whole situation with a lot of black men and everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is the time. Like tell black men or tell whoever like why they should be voting for Trump right now.
Right. You could have told Debo.
But now it's like, I see why, because there's not really a lot of arguments you can really make publicly of why you should vote for Trump. So he got caught in that kind of situation where it's like, I can't say this, I can't say that, I'm just gonna bail out. And that's when you get to the stand on business. Yeah. You grown as hell. You a grown man. And all of a sudden you get in front of the microphone, cameras and everything. Hey, I see you pulling out big Make America Great Again hats and everything. I'm sorry, guys. It's just an very important time. Like, grow up.
Yeah.
that's all I have to say. Like, grow up. Like, it's 2024. We all grown. You've been in the league a long time. Don't be no punk.
Yeah.
That's my main message.
I think first it should be noted that whether you're a Trump supporter or not, that's not the issue, right? You can support who you want to support.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like, it's your life, live your life, like, do your thing, right? My problem is, one, you don't say a damn thing all season long.
Yep.
At all.
It's been
when he gets interviewed,
it's a long campaign.
You might as well be talking. I might as well be talking to this pillow, because you get nothing out of him. So we don't get nothing from you. Period. Point blank. You don't give us no type of comments. Cool. All right. Cool. Whatever, Nick. But you a great pass rusher. Right?
I'll take it.
You know what I'm saying? I'll take it. At least you playing. Your brother stay hurt. So at least we get one of the Bosa brothers on the damn field. I'll take it. Okay, cool, whatever. So then you interrupt your teammate's interview. That's my next problem, right? That's not your moment. That's not your moment. That's Brock Purdy's moment. You know what I mean?
It would have been fine if he would have had the hat on, came and said, good job, and left like all the other players do when somebody else getting interviewed. No, he
that
actually
because that wasn't the mission.
Yeah,
You know
that wasn't the mission. The mission was me.
Right.
So
you make it about yourself, right? So cool. All right, you want to hijack his press conference? Cool. Make everybody uncomfortable. I saw the video. I showed you, right? Everybody kind of make you know see that. You know what I mean? It was one of those you know what I mean? It was everybody was kind of like, all right, what do we do now? What's going on here, right? So then, so because you know what I'm saying, we didn't send for you. You asked for us, but we here now, right? So like he said, it's your time to shine. You at the press conference. We asked you the question. Now you had to have known that we were gonna ask you this question.
Yeah, all summer.
You know what I mean? And what I believe happened was what happens to a lot of athletes, which is they jumped the gun without really knowing. I don't give him that much credit. I truly believe that if we ask him about politics and just everything that's going on, I don't think he could give you something legitimate like that shows you that he knows what's really going on. He would give you everything he would say you could find on Twitter.
That's the okay.
Or X, I'm sorry, whatever.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he didn't trust. He didn't have the ball. He didn't trust in himself to go up there because I'll give you an example. When Colin Kaepernick did what he did, when they asked him, you could tell that he had thought about this.
Colin Kaepernick was like, I'm glad you asked.
Couldn't wait. Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you asked.
Like you could tell he was educated. He did the research. Well, he black, so I mean he ain't got to do much research. But he did. You know what I mean? He did his due diligence. So when it was time for the microphone to be placed in front of him, he was ready for it. You know what I'm saying? But you got Nick Bosa here. Is a very important time, and he's right. It's election season, right? At the time we were 2 weeks out. Now we're days out. By the time this post, you have less than some people already have voted, like yourself. Other people will be voting on election day. So, like you said, this is your time to kind of give your spiel, give your speech or whatever about. If it's not for Trump, you can at least state why this is an important time. Yeah, why you should just get up and vote. Just vote. It could have just been a vote message. It could have just been that. Hey, it's a very important time. There's a lot going on in this country. There's a lot going on in the world right now. There's ever time for anybody who are waving about voting. This is me, Nick Bosa, telling you to go get up and go out and go do something. Shout out to Goody Mob.
Voting is not synonymous with make America great again.
It's not.
I mean, I'm a little deeper into politics. I mean, so like that statement might surprise some people. Like voting, it's not. I mean, because a lot of not to turn into a whole politics podcast, but not a lot of Republican politicians support mass voting. I mean, because that's the way. If you have an unpopular opinion, you don't want the whole country voting. Just like if we was in the classroom and you're the only kid that likes black olives on their pizza, you don't want the whole class voting against your black olives on the pizza.
Because we voting against it.
Because like you the only one, man.
Right.
So yeah, I mean it's just like that's pretty much what it is. So like you said, he's a Twitter supporter. He's not like a political supporter. He's not really into it.
Yeah.
If you ask him in a bar or something like that, he might just go off on schools and boys and girls bathrooms or something like that. He's not really gonna tell you something for real. So yeah, he missed his opportunity. He made the movement, in my opinion, he made the movement look weak. Even though I'm not even in the movement, he still made the movement look weak. I can at least see that from afar. Yeah. So it's it's not my battle, but he lost.
Yeah. Speaking of what you just said, looking weak. The young gun, man. The young gun in Indy. Been a bad season for him. Been a bad start to his NFL career. Of course, we're talking about Anthony Richardson, former top 5 pick out of Florida. I've never seen this happen in the history of me playing sports. I've never seen somebody tap. Obviously, in basketball is different because you run up and down. Hey, you've been at free at the. Hey, you need. Okay, that's different, right? I've never seen a quarterback in the middle of a game, essentially sub himself out of the game, and now, that's what happened.
They showed the play when right before he subbed out, and I think if that play was correct now.
He was like scrambling around.
He's scrambling around, throwing people off his shoulder, getting out of the pocket, all of that, getting tackled, and then he said he was tired. Now, Anthony Richardson is athletic quarterback, which supposed to mean that you're in shape.
Yes.
Supposed to mean that you already know what type of quarterback you are. You already know that you're running. You already been in college running. So when you get to the NFL, how you now tired.
Right.
So that's the one thing I got. I was like, because I want to be on his side because he's not a failure. He's still above Bryce Young on my rankings of trash quarterbacks.
Yeah.
He's
he not living up to the name. Damn, Bryce.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's above Bryce still. In the rumors about people trading for him, I'm all for it. I mean, because if I was a Dunley team and I was like, hey, if Anthony Richardson was able to go into the draft coming up, you'll still probably draft Shador. You'll still probably draft Cam Ward. But if I'm another team in second round or something, I might take Anthony Richardson. Like he's still got a lot left in the tank. And I just think he had a bad moment. He's been struggling. This is his first bad moment. Like of course you're a rookie, then you come into your second season. You're still
barely played
again. He got hurt, and then he kind of got hurt this year for something else. So it's been rough.
Yeah.
So this is his first like legit like what's that like black eye a stain on his career or something like that. So I'm not too big on it. I'm not too like write him off. I don't know. I don't agree with the benching. I don't agree with Flacco coming in just because the media like hopped on the fact that he subbed himself out. So all of a sudden now we got to bench him. Yeah. Like no, like we know we a trash team. We know we're not going nowhere. Even though Flacco started getting W's, if I'm the GM, I don't want those W's. I need a good draft pick. We need to continue to grow under Anthony Richardson. We need these draft picks. We need to continue to build the team. We don't need him losing confidence. Pretty much. That's my take.
It was a super bad moment. It was indefensible. As somebody who used to be a lineman, we don't get to sub out, bro. So if your lineman can't sub, you got to stay in, right? Like the one moment I think about. If there was ever a guy who I felt like should have subbed out of any game, it was Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers. I've never seen a quarterback run that much before getting past the line of scrimmage. Just getting past the line of he was on suicide watch that day. You know what I mean? So if he's sticking in, then you got to thug it out, my guy. You got to thug it out. Now as far as the benching, I don't like it. But I agree with it.
It's way too early.
They're
4-4.
Let me tell you why I agree with it. Right,
and they're 3-1 at home.
I agree with it from a job standpoint. Right, we got to remember who the Colts are dealing with. Right, first off, we talk about Jim Irsay. Right, he already one of them owners. Right, so then you got the GM Chris Ballard. He been on the hot seat for a while, especially after the whole Carson Wentz fiasco, whatever. I think Carson Wentz actually played well in Indianapolis under Frank Reich. I thought they played all right. Like they almost made the playoffs with them. He just had that bad month, especially that last game against Jacksonville where they just imploded. But Chris Ballard's been on the clock. So when you're on the clock, you can't afford to just go all in on. You can't go to Jim Irsay, hey, look, I dragged, because remember they picked Anthony Richardson. So when you pick Anthony Richardson, that's on your watch. That happens on you. So you got to own up to that. So you got to
how do you but if you drafted Anthony Richardson, you drafted Chase Claypool, right. You drafted a lot of these boom and bust type players. Yeah. How do you make yourself look good by benching them? Like that's like
by winning.
I thought the name of the game was admitting to your was not admitting to your mistake. If you were a GM, if you at this point right now, like letting Anthony Richardson continue is not riding it out, because riding it out is like year 4, year 5, and you're still just like we hope
like Daniel Jones with the Giants.
Thank you. Like that's exactly. Like you he's not up for no extension, no fucking time soon.
Right.
Like it's just not the right time. Like I see if they were like they 4-4 now. I see if they were 4. They get to like 4-7 or something like that. Okay, Joe Flacco come in, see if he can save the season, then we'll go from there.
Right.
They're 4-4. Like give them another like give them a redemption game. Then whoever they played in this next game, who they play next?
They played Minnesota.
They played Minnesota. Okay, Minnesota.
Tonight Night Football.
Okay, fine. Okay, if Minnesota, if you get blown out 0 points or something like that against Minnesota, okay, now you can bench him because you're not even supposed to beat Minnesota anyway. So what's the risk of having Anthony Richards come out and play against Minnesota when you're gonna lose no matter what anyway?
Well, this is the risk, right? You're going against a Minnesota team who's dropped 2 straight, right?
Exactly.
You have an opportunity to. They're 4-4 now, but you have an opportunity to go to 5-4, and your locker room knows that you're going against a team. Yeah, they're coming off a bye, but they're hurting right now. They're on the ropes. You can't tell your team that the guy that just tapped out, who hasn't looked good all season, like if they were like 1-3, I don't think anybody in that locker room would be like, it's sort of like homeboy from the Raptors, Jakob Poeltl, who came up before us. Hey, we gonna be trash. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know now.
Yeah, y'all know now. He was right. But this team, like these dudes, like they want to win, and they can tell. Guys know who's who and who's not, and they know he's not ready. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him sitting down and benching. But I do. What I will say is, I have a problem with how they've handled him in general. My issue is he barely played the position in high school and in college. So he came in with minimal starts. He's kind of like think Mitch Trubisky when he came in with minimal starts. He's a project, right? Trey Lance is the same way.
Mitch Trubisky has his ceiling is super low compared to what Anthony.
But I'm just saying he had minimal starts coming out of because he came out of North Carolina. He didn't have that many starts. I think Ryan Tannehill had the same situation. He didn't have that many starts when coming.
You could justify drafting Anthony Richards. You cannot justify drafting Mitch Trubisky. The way he was fucking drafted.
But he didn't have a lot of starts, right? Yeah. And when I think of that, I always think about that John Calipari quote, right? When he said when GMs come to him, he always has to remind GMs, hey, you know you drafted an 18, 19-year-old, right? Like you know that, right? So don't come. So don't be when incidents happen, when he act immature and all that kind of stuff. Like remember what you getting. You're not getting some 4-year, 5-year finished product. And I think with the coaches, you knew what you were getting.
That's what I'm saying. Like what's the like go back and look at the due diligence email that everybody sent out before they drafted. Like shouldn't that have been in there? Like he's young. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take 2, 3, 4 years maybe. Yeah. But we see the Cam Newton size. We see the
which is what it was. They saw the size.
Yeah. So like I mean, it's gonna be 3 or 4 years. So year 2 when the media start talking about your quarterback subbing himself out, what y'all gonna do? Like what? Don't fold. Yeah. Don't fold. Like you shouldn't be like it's way different between load managing, but still you just getting him you're getting him. Forget that. They made a bad decision.
I just wouldn't have played him. Like I just wouldn't have. He had way too many holes as far as just the position itself, like his footwork, the way he throws the ball. There was a lot of issues like behind the scenes that needed to get worked on before throwing him out into like the wild.
But the same thing happened though. He got hurt, so he didn't really play 16 games of getting blown out. Yeah. He only played a few games and got his feet wet. Yeah. And this year, I don't think he didn't make every single start. He got benched again for a bad play. Yeah. When they're only 4-4, so how you get benched for bad play this early?
But 4-4 doesn't mean your season's over though. It's a tipping point though. Because
if you're the coach GM,
yeah. If I'm Chris Ballard, I'm benching him. If I'm now, I'm gonna lie, I wouldn't have started him in the first place though. I wouldn't have started him in the first place.
Okay, and then now you picking 17th instead of picking 6th in the draft.
This is a weak quarterback draft anyway though.
You're not picking a quarterback.
I'm just saying, like even if they were the draft pick.
No, I want the 6th pick in the draft. I want of course they're gonna say Travis Hunter or something, but I mean I want somebody. Even if I trade back, like maybe Travis Hunter falls to you at 6. Travis Hunter is not going to change my whole franchise. Right. Trade back with somebody, get more picks. Like this is not your super. Like the name of the game is to win a Super Bowl. The name of the game for a lot of GMs, which I don't like, is just to make keep people in the stands. Yeah. Like 8-8 is exciting for a lot of GMs. Yeah. And as a Rams fan, St. Louis Rams fan,
hey, Jeff Fisher,
8-8, I cannot wait for the 8-8 season. It's super exciting. Super exciting. But if you're an actual GM, the name of the game is the championship. Yeah. take L after L after L, continue to build this team. Because at one point they had a outstanding O-line, and then they had to start letting some people.
They got old. They got.
Yeah, so like just continue to build. Like it's going to work out. You got to trust the process. That's a great segue.
Hey, speaking
but
of,
you have to trust the process.
Speaking of trusting the process, man. Obviously as we transition to the NBA, it's been a tough sledding for the Philadelphia 76ers, literally for the past decade, but specifically this season as they start off to a 1-4 start, primarily because they're missing their top two players. Joel Embiid is out, and Paul George is out. Paul George is out indefinitely. There's no playoff P. The last dime. He has no timetable actually for when he's supposed to return, but he's still recording the podcast though.
It looked bad. It looked bad.
He just like Michael Parsons. Go get that show with him and Draymond. They're gonna record regardless. Yeah. And obviously Joel Embiid, he's hurt, has a history of injuries. He came out before the season started. Him or the Sixers came out and said that he will be doing no back-to-backs, which pretty much automatically. And Paul George, right? Which pretty much makes him automatically ineligible for almost every single award you can think of. Which is fine. So that happened. So because of the whole rhetoric around that, the NBA fined the Sixers $100,000, which is chump change for Josh Harris and the crew. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the Jaden Daniels money they getting in Washington, they ain't tripping too bad off that.
See, NBA is different to me, so I don't get the hiding injury type of thing.
Yeah,
football is different. Like you want to kind of wait to the last second. You want the other team preparing for Lamar Jackson.
It's for fantasy and gambling purposes. Let's call it a bug. It's for fantasy and gambling purposes. It ain't got nothing to do with the team preparation. You can't screw people over. I'm a fantasy owner, so I got screwed before.
I'm saying. Okay, that's fine. But I'm saying for the NBA, it's like, who cares if you come out and say, look, Joel Embiid knee is fucked up. He's not gonna end his career. He's not gonna pull up Barry Sanders, even though Barry Sanders wasn't hurt. He's not gonna do anything like that. But he's gonna take it slow to make sure he continues to play for the next 6-7 years, continue to put up buckets, and continue to make it to the playoffs. Because in the playoffs, he doesn't necessarily sit. He pushes through. You see him out there limping. He like Luka out there.
Yeah.
See him out there limping.
Hey, look, that was him, Luka. It was not me.
I'm saying, I'm saying though, but Luka's not going to sit for a knee injury, and Embiid is not going to sit for a knee injury in the playoffs either. Yeah, like he's out there, he's playing, he's limping, he's trying to give it a go. So why not just come on and say, like, look, my knee is continually getting bad. Yeah. I'm not Greg Oden, but my knee is messed up. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take it slow all season. Right. Look, I got my first teams, I got my second teams. What I'm trying to do is take it slow so I can win a championship. Thank you, Embiid. It's all good. We don't think you soft. Like that would be the reaction to all that.
Right.
So that's why I don't get the fact that they trying to hide everything and be like, he's not going to play. Why not? Shh, don't worry about it. Yeah. Like pulling Nick Bosa is just an important time right now. We can't have him out there. So look, like it has to. I don't know. I don't get what the strategy is.
I think this is one of those situations where I feel like they were a little bit too honest. Like I would have just did it. How about you? I would have just did it. I would have just right before. Hey, he ain't playing. I would have just did it. I wouldn't have said nothing.
But all they missing is the why. That's literally all they missing. Like I don't mind what they said. All they missing is why. His knee is hurt. Yeah, and there's no fine. So
here's the whole problem with this whole thing, right? So it's November the 3rd, 2024. 3 months ago, he was going head to head against Jokic in Paris. Right? Niggas was in Paris. You know what I mean? Just 3 months ago. You know what I mean? And now nothing has changed since. He was last time when we saw him in the gold medal game, he was fine. Right? Yeah. I'm assuming nothing has happened since. And then all of a sudden this pops up. So it's like, okay, what's this about? You know what I'm saying? This is a weird case. Why is this? You know what I mean? Like,
it's probably like a little small setback in practice or something like that. But just say his knee is hurt. Yeah. But the fact that they don't want to say anything, if I'm the NBA and y'all don't even want to say he hurt, I'm fining the shit out of you. Yeah. Like if it was me, it'd probably be $1 million fine because now you don't even want to say if he hurt or not. Like I said, it's not the NFL. Like it's 82 games. You can say he hurt for the first 12. Right. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's why I don't get it, and that's why I don't give a F about watching the 76ers right now whatsoever.
And the whole thing with Embiid is interesting, right? Because I remember his come up, right? I've been following a little bit since his high school days when he played in Florida, played in the Florida Rounds, played with Casey Hill and the crew. Then he goes to Kansas, right? Was supposed to make this team with Wiggins and
Wiggy.
Didn't really work out. He was hurt then, right? But the flash that we did see, we was like, oh damn, all right, okay. So he gets drafted high. Sort of like Kyrie Irving at Duke, where he played minimum games.
We know.
We've seen enough. That's all we've
know.
seen enough. So he gets drafted, right?
Yeah.
And remember, this is during the midst of the whole trust the process,
yes,
where the Sixers were just steamrolling through players. My guy Jahlil Okafor was a part of that. Narlene Noel was a part of that. Tony Roden Jr. out of Washington was a part of that. They were just flushing dudes in and flushing dudes out. And then Ben Simmons, the artist formerly known as
Shout
Ben
out
Simmons. Shout out Ben Simmons.
I would trade for Ben Simmons. That's a hot take, but go ahead.
Back to Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid. So all this is happening with all this we're talking about was the Sixers and what has just transpired. The constant playoff failures, right? We know the Kawhi Leonard shot heard around the world, right? That sunk their hopes and their dreams, right? The whole thing with James Harden, you know what I'm saying? James actually balled in their playoffs, by the way. Stole 2 games, not one, stole 2 games off Boston. And they're flame outs. They just can't seem the Atlanta Hawks series, right? Where they just can't seem to get over the hump. They just can't seem to beat all these top tier teams. And last year, Joel Embiid was facing a lot. Remember, he had the paralysis on his face. Yeah, that was hurting him. He still dropped 50, I believe. I think he had the Knicks still 50. And so now it's coming, right? He's having all these issues happening, and he's in Philly, right? There are certain cities where they ain't trying to hear it. And most of them are on the East Coast. Philly, Boston, and New York. They don't give it. They don't care. They don't care if your kid is sick, right? If you got your leg amputated, you know what I'm saying? If you just came back from Nam, Isaiah Thomas. You see, you know what I mean? They don't, bro. Where Kyrie at? Where the trade? Run it through. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care. Marcus Smart, thanks for coming. Here's your flight to Memphis. Tell Ja we said hell up. Simple, right? We want Drew. It's that simple. This is where he's at. And the media is fierce, right? The Philadelphia Inquirer is no joke, right? That's what Stephen A. Smith. That's where he cut his teeth in. It's one of the East Coast papers in general is still one of the media there, the newspapers there is still a thing. I know in other parts of the we talked about this last week with the journalism. Other parts it's still kind of like not the same, but in the East it still matters. It still matters.
True.
So Friday he has a quote, right? They ask him the questions about him playing and all that kind of stuff, and he has a quote. And people questioning him and his acumen and his want to, the desire to play, the desire to be great. Do you want to be great, right? You're in the league with Jokic. Jokic is out here kicking ass and taking names. You know what I'm saying? Winning, putting his own country on his back. You teaming up with the Americans. You know what I'm saying? To get a gold medal. We greatly appreciate it. And he says, when I see people say he doesn't want to play, I've done way too much for the city, putting myself at risk for people to be saying that.
True that.
So that's Friday. That's Friday. So yesterday, right after the game, mind you, he still hasn't played yet. A columnist from the Philadelphia Inquirer, Marcus Hayes, wrote a column about Joel Embiid, and which Joel Embiid took issue with. In it, Hayes mentioned Embiid's son and his late brother.
For what? That's why I saw that too. Like, what was the?
So he was questioning his professionalism.
He was questioning Embiid's professionalism,
and he was questioning his effort to stay in shape. Right,
it's ever to stand.
Right, because Joel Embiid, because his biggest knock, the 2 players in the league who we question are the really 3 players we question they're in shape, but the main 2 are Joel and Zion Williamson.
That's the thing, though. If you know somebody has a degenerative knee or something like that, or something close to that, it's only so much you can do to stay in shape. I mean, staying in shape is cardio.
Yeah.
So he already lost weight, so he lost the 25 pounds, whatever, how many pounds he lost. Shaq can be in the best shape of his life. Nigga gonna be tired.
Yeah.
Like it's like only so much he can do. Like you can be in the best shape of you in your entire life. He's still gonna be tired. He's still a center.
Yeah.
Like so I don't get the expectation of him not being in shape. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. I mean going back to Luka, like tomorrow Luka being in shape. Luka's in shape too. He just does a lot.
He could be in better shape, bro.
He just does.
He could be in better shape.
Like Embiid,
he be looking like a bloated whale. 6 minutes to the game.
Embiid bringing the ball up the court. He's dribbling. He's starting to pick and roll handoffs and all that kind of stuff. He's the center doing all of that. Joker. Nobody say Joker needs to be in. Joker.
He
is
played
tired.
though.
Joker is Joker.
He played in the altitude.
Joker is tired, just like Embiid. Only difference is when Joker tired, he stands in the middle of the paint and just keep tipping the ball, Angel Reese style. That's why I hate when everybody start getting on Angel Reese, because I was like, I've been watching Joker do the same thing for the last 7 years, and everybody talking about Angel Reese getting her own rebound. Joker do the same thing.
Hey, shout out to Moses Malone.
That's what I'm saying.
Moses Malone used to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
They call him chairman of the board.
Like I thought that was a thing. I thought that was a good thing. Yeah. 2 points, 4 rebounds in 1 possession. Shout out to Joker.
Remember Tips? Remember Tips? You played Tips back in the day?
Yeah, it's like, that's what I'm saying. That's all he doing. Shout out to Joker. He finished the game with 30 points and 15 rebounds. I wonder why.
He needs some help.
So anyway, I'm saying, like, he's gonna be tired. So I don't care about no in shape or nothing like that. I still don't know what the context was about bringing up somebody. I'm
not sure. The one thing I will say is, and I think people forget this, and I have to bring this up a lot, right? And I just using my own experience when I was a writer in college. You'll be surprised the things these reporters know.
Reporters, okay.
You'll be and I'm talking about real journalists. Now I'm not talking about like these dudes who go on TV. I'm talking about the beat writers. Mm-hmm. You'll be surprised at the information they know. They know your trainer. They know where you work out at. They know how many times you've gone. Yep. They know your chef. They know what food your chef is probably preparing for you. They know your girl. They know your side girl. They know your side girl. They know all that. You know what I mean? They know everything outside of what they probably even know what toothpaste you use in the morning. Like, that's how deep it goes when it comes to information. So yes, I'm a little bit biased because I come from that ilk and that's the degree I have in journalism. Yeah. But I like to think that Marcus wouldn't have put it out there if he didn't have some sort of like inkling of what Embiid has done to actually stay in shape. The professionalism thing, I would like to think that that's pretty like that's something that should just be known. We should be able to see that. I've never seen Embiid to be unprofessional. Mm-hmm. Because we would see that's an obvious thing. But the staying in shape thing, that's been his biggest thing, knock against him this entire time. That and the fact that at your size, I hate the way he falls. I hate it. I hate it. Tall. Nah, bro. I've seen there's times
how do you fall at your height? You fall like I'm about to die. Just like he's 7 feet tall.
I don't. Like, he gets on the ground and then he'll just like he just got shot. You know, like he a stormtrooper.
That's how I fall now. Like, oh God, here it goes. Call my mama.
Nah, he got like one of those we fall down type of fall. You know what I'm saying? So this whole thing. So this happens, right? So post game, he sees Marcus in the locker room, confronts him, and shoves him. Shoves Marcus, goes off at him. Marcus actually apologizes, but then he throws in a little quip. Go back up, Bryce. Scroll back up.
What is that?
He says, one more right there. He said, B continue with several instances of profanity. Hayes offering an apology, which Embiid did not want. He said that's not the first time. And B later said he doesn't care what reporters say, but then Hayes said, but you do. And then that's what.
Oh, okay. He trying. Okay. Yeah. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere.
And then
I feel it.
Raised his voice. And then after that, he shoved Hayes on the shoulder. And then that's when everything kind of, they got separated and all that kind of stuff. And they tried to shut it down, but B said he didn't care. He said, put it out there. So they put it out there.
Okay. That was a little man-to-man conversation. No punches thrown. Just a little shove.
I have a question, though.
What?
With everything surrounding Joel Embiid in this very moment, right? From him not being able to play and all the noise and the city he's in and, the money he's making and the pressure that he's under. Do you think now, because we've never seen him do this before, right? He's going to be the jokey guy. He's going to be the troll guy. That's him. That's his thing.
Okay.
The fact that this is his outburst, I'm not saying it's a sign of bad things to come, but I will say this could be the genesis of Embiid's downfall as far as his time in Philadelphia.
As his time in Philadelphia, yes. Yeah. I'm finna say not his whole career.
No. Because
you can still trade Embiid.
Oh, for sure.
You can trade Embiid and get everything.
You can trade him to Dallas
and get every.
I don't know why I threw that out there.
You can get everything you ever wanted in life.
Yeah.
If you trade Embiid, and if Embiid is actually hurt and he has to sit out, and then Paul George is actually hurt and he has to sit out. If we get into tank mode, I already got Paul George locked up I don't know why I did that if I'm the GM, but I got Paul George locked up. I got Maxey.
It's preseason P.
I got Maxey.
Podcast P.
I got Maxey locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, let me trade Embiid. Yeah. Let me get somebody back. I don't know who's out there. Like, it's like right off the top of my head, I can't really think of anybody.
You don't want a big.
If you trade him to Cleveland and get Mobley and let Donovan Mitchell and Embiid try to take a run at it or something like that, I guess. Oh God, 60 guys. Okay, never mind.
I still trade
60. 60. Wait, no. What is he getting? Not his cap. Is that because I know it sometimes be slightly different.
No, but that's a big cap hit though to even trade him. That's still a nice cap hit. And with the
70?
second apron thing though, but you gotta remember the second apron rules too now. Like so,
that's why I said Cleveland or somebody like that. But 7, 6. Okay, this is okay.
Go to cash breakdown.
This is getting out of hand. Average 60, yeah. So 69 is right then. Average 64, yeah.
Damn.
So
shit went to the league.
Okay, can we? That's a player option too, so he can't even.
He picking that mug up. He picking that up.
He can't even get him out of there. Okay, so I'll
pick mine up 3 years in advance. Hey, y'all picking it up. Just know that y'all pick that up. Go ahead.
Man. Okay. But I say I know we hard on time, but I do want to finish out these last two topics though. I do want to finish out the NBA.
Yes, sir.
So if it's turned into an overtime podcast, we're gonna keep rolling.
What's beef?
So first, no, we want to do beef.
What's beef?
Why?
What's beef? Where's the beef? Pause.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Okay, so we can do 2 minutes on the beef.
2 minutes. All right, go ahead.
Because I don't care. I mean, because look, so Drake basically said if they put a DeRozan banner up, he said he'd go up there and pull it down himself.
Yeah. The whole beef thing to me, reason why. Because people was clowning Drake online about it. All that
it was random as hell too.
It was super random.
That's the bad part.
It was super random, but it wasn't at the same time. This is DeMar Derozan's first. They were playing the Kings, right?
Yeah.
It was DeMar DeRozan's first time in Toronto. So, and I think this Vince Carter. It was Vince Carter's jersey.
That was the night.
So it makes sense for Drake to be there. The reason why I'm cool with this because if there were two people in the league who I'm like, who are Drake's friends in the league?
I would have said
LeBron James.
I would have said DeMar DeRozan.
And DeMar DeRozan. I'm like, those are guys he gonna be cool with after. And both those dudes kind of was moving funny over the summer. And one of these dudes took it upon himself to not only crip walk on stage while Not Like Us is playing.
Yeah.
But then he shows up in a Not Like Us music video. Now Kendrick Lamar then had a bunch of music videos throughout his career. He ain't a new artist. He ain't just pop out this year.
Folks,
you know what I'm saying?
Picking sides for no reason.
He could have been in music video. He could have been in if these walls music video, All the Stars. He could have been in Humble Royalty. He could have been in one of these music videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Poetic Justice. Drake in there. Both of y'all could be on together. You know what I'm saying?
Both picking sides for no reason.
Right. He could have been in Swimming Pool. You chose this music video, DeMar. If I'm Drake, we friends. Because remember, I do think a lot of people have to understand. I tell people this all the time. You have to know the difference between a coworker and a friend, a classmate and a friend, a teammate and a friend, a colleague and a friend. Like those are different, right? So if Drake did view him as a friend and not as an industry buddy,
like Toronto,
you know what I'm saying?
Type,
right? Because I'm pretty sure there were people there who Drake probably didn't give. He didn't probably care that Russell Westbrook was on. You know what I'm saying? He probably didn't care about that. He probably cared that James Harden was there because they like we cool.
We cool.
Yeah,
do what you do.
Do what you do, right?
Yeah.
But like DeMar,
like.
Bro, you show up to the concert. All right, cool. You know what? It's Juneteenth. We still don't really know how to celebrate Juneteenth yet. Sort of a new holiday.
We don't know how to
you know what I'm saying? Like you at the concert, cool.
It's supposed to be black.
You in the music video, fam? And the dude calling me what he calling me, and that's gonna be forever. No, we ain't cool. And no, as long as I'm a part of this organization, that banner ain't going up. And if I gotta crawl my ass up there. If you know what I'm saying, if I gotta call it the owl, get an owl Harry Potter style, go get that shit, break it down. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
They gonna retire Drake jersey before
first. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know what I mean? Like I just think it to me. And I shout out to DeMar for him, but at the same time, he didn't really have much of a leg to stand on. Like you did what you did because people act like being mutual wasn't an option. You could have been like, "That's my boy.
Exactly.
That's my boy." That's my guy from Compton. Right. Even though you from the suburbs, and even though you were more coming up, I heard you talk about your time with Master P and Lil Romeo more than you heard talk about Kendrick. But cool, you from Compton, we from Compton, we all from Compton. Cool. Shout out to Ezekiel Elliott, Jason Tatum, and David Lee, and Bradley Beal. Since we all from St. Louis today, and Matthew Chicuck. You know what I'm saying?
Full of J. Cole. Like I'm listening to all the songs.
Right. You could have just kept it mutual. Yeah. And out of his own mouth, remember he went on a little podcast circuit. He kept saying this whole time, "That's my boy. That's my friend." DeRozan called him a friend. Would a friend be doing all of that? No. A friend would just, that's my guy.
Or shoot the text. Be like, hey, man, hey, this is I want to go up there and kick it with my homies and stuff on stage and stuff, but you already know what it is. Ain't no. Like, just shoot the text.
Right.
That's all you got to do. But
you can't be in the music video. Bro, you can't be in the music video, bro.
You can't be in the music video.
Bro.
You can go to the concert, kick, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't be in the music video.
Can you be the X note? That's it.
Because I couldn't even make out all the faces on stage where everybody was on stage at the same time. I couldn't even, but music video?
I made all his 6'8" ass. You stood out, nigga. I saw you. You know what I mean? Like, you stood like a sore thumb. I saw him and Royce, Crip walking over there.
I saw my nigga
over
Russ.
Drake's dead body. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw him like, so to me, yeah. And then he was wilding. He was calling him, the P word over on the sideline or whatever.
Yeah.
It's real. It's real. It's up. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame him for taking that angle. You know what I'm saying? I like if the next album, we get an angry Drake, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mind when Drake wake up and say I'm a gangster today.
Yeah.
That is the best version of Drake I have ever seen. When he want to get on the track with 21 Savage, when Drake want to pull up with a Draco, that is amazing music to me. So
you ever heard Sneaking? Listen to the song Sneaking from the I don't have a problem with it. So last week, obviously, the NBA debuted, whatever. Season started.
Yep.
And it wasn't what everybody was hoping for, right? Coming off the new deal that they got over the offseason. Coming off Team USA's successful getting the championship and the spotlight just being on basketball. And I'm just saying, coming into the NBA season, people are thinking, Victor Wembanyama, what's gonna happen with him? Anthony Edwards, what's gonna happen with the trade for the Knicks? Oh, is the Knicks good? When we saw with the Yankees, when New York is good in sports, that's good for everybody. We seen with the Rangers when they went to the Stanley Cup a couple years ago. The Yankees just now with the Dodgers in the postseason. When New York is good as hell, with the Liberty in the WBA.
You're making my point for me.
No,
go ahead, keep going.
So I'm just saying, all these things happen. You would think that the ratings would reflect that.
No,
but. Go ahead, get your piece off.
So, thank you for passing it over to me.
No problem.
So basically, I do not care that the viewership is down. One, let me get my notes.
Well, you're not the commissioner.
Let me get my notes because I don't care. I should have called him and tell him to chill out.
You would have called Adam Silver yourself?
Yeah, I would have told him.
What do you think would have? Thank you.
Don't trip, big bro. Don't
trip. Help on the way.
Well, first of all, we got a lot of shit going on right now. Okay. So we have we have a major election going on. Shout out to Nick Bosa. Mm-hmm. We have the MLS, which is steady growing in viewership and growing in excitement, is in the middle of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. We have Colorado having primetime games at 9:00 at night, the same time as a primetime West Coast game.
Okay.
We having the entire NCAA playoff scenario, so you got to watch every single game. Now you can't just watch your favorite team anymore because your favorite team, even though they're ranked 15th, may be in the playoffs.
12 teams, yep.
We have the two largest markets in baseball, LA and New York, in the World Series. Mm-hmm. I watch the World Series every other year. I watched a lot of the LA and New York World Series because you have to. You have to. Like, okay, so we have all of that going on, and then you have the NBA. Mm-hmm. Now, the NBA, you named a couple of things where it was like we have some storylines. But do we have storylines this NBA season? Mm-hmm. Are there really storylines? We got Bronny and LeBron on the court at the same time. Amazing moment, shed a tear, everything. But at the same time, LeBron, it's not a last dance LeBron season. Mm-hmm. So we had Embiid and Paul George is both hurt. So who was watching the 76ers game besides 76ers fans
and Bucks fans? Yeah.
The Bucks is terrible. So who finna tune in to a 76ers Bucks game when both of them are terrible?
They got Dame, Giannis, Doc Rivers?
But they're taking L's.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm saying we have all these other teams who, there's just no major, like there's no LeBron James in his prime to make you watch the NBA right now. Mm-hmm. Like there's no major storylines for you to watch at this moment while everything else is going on. So if I'm the NBA, I just need to ride this out and see what we get out of this little apex, because this is always every year the apex where there's 1,000 different sports going on and everybody's fighting for attention. Hmm. The only reason that they're taking L's is because, like I said, Yankees and Dodgers World Series. Yeah. You have the NCAA going crazy. Mm-hmm. So I just chill. I just make sure I wait till everybody gets healthy, make sure the 76ers are cool, everything else. The Lakers are actually winning, so once all this dies down, the story is going to be the Lakers are quietly 23-9 right now. Mm-hmm. Like that, all that stuff is going to come. So I just chill right now. It's just so much going on that I barely caught a couple NBA games just because, like I said, Colorado starts at 9. Colorado games start at 9:00, mm-hmm. and the Denver Nuggets versus the Warriors or some shit. I'm sorry, I got to turn it off because Colorado about to start. Right. I'm watching wire to wire Colorado. Mm-hmm. I'm not watching wire to wire Nuggets Warriors. Right. So I really don't. That's why I said when I saw this topic, I was like, I don't care. I guess it's an amazing stat. 10 years from now, we have a game show or something like that. What was the viewership in 2024? But that's it.
I got a question for you. You're Adam Silver. Put you in Adam Silver's shoe. You dress like him, so maybe.
Yeah,
I'm commissioner. You're commissioner right now.
I'm commissioner. I don't care.
You don't panic now. Fine.
I'm not panicking.
Let's just say the cup comes around, right?
The NBA cup.
And the ratings still don't go up. Are you panicking?
First of all, the cup is still in its infancy. Mm-hmm. So that is one thing. I do think the cup, I think they need to find a way. Well, I think they did, because I think a lot of the like divisions or whatever you want to call it, mm-hmm. are super interesting, especially the one like the Mavs are in right now. It's super interesting. Like every game is going to be decent as hell. That's good. So I think the cup with the new course and everything, everybody talks about the new course, blah, 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 blah. I like the new course. I mean, unless it's something crazy like an orange or like ridiculous color or something like that, whatever. But that's fine. I think, like I said, when stuff started dying down, mm-hmm. It's going to be NBA versus NCAA. And that's, The NFL
is encroaching on their territory this year.
And NFL.
They're going to be on. Yeah, you're right. There's another question. Okay, what? So you wouldn't panic if the ratings don't go up around the cup. You wouldn't commission.
I wouldn't. No. I'm thinking after Christmas.
Christmas.
On Christmas, terrible matchups, but why? Go ahead.
If the ratings aren't up by Christmas, because that's one of the NBA. That's one of the biggest things. If the ratings still aren't crazy up yet, would you panic?
If nobody's watching, because you got to watch, because football is on, mm-hmm. and basketball is on.
Let's just say around that time, though. Just around that time.
Just around that time. If it's worse numbers than this,
let's just say they're the same numbers.
The exact same numbers, which means we're holding steady while all this excitement is going on, running up into the NCAA playoffs and the actual bowl games. If we hold steady, then our base is there. Mm-hmm. But if we're losing people throughout, then yeah, I'm panicking. But if it's just holding steady, then that means we're doing good. I mean, because we still got 1 million people watching the Mavs game, blah, blah, blah. Like, once all these other sports quit, like, what else you going to watch? You going to watch the league. So it's going to pump back up. I would panic if we wasn't holding steady.
I'll say it time and time again. The NBA has 2 major issues, in my opinion. One is a lack of a legitimate new, like star, you know what I mean? Like
that's why I said, yeah.
Like
no storyline.
There are players who we like, but like they like even Anthony Edwards, like they're not quite there yet. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a bunch of very good players. It's
and
not no
the presentation,
prime LeBron.
The way it looks. We talked about this on one of the episodes, right? I watched an old clip of it was Shaq. Yeah. It was NBA on NBC. It was Shaq versus David Robinson.
Solid game.
It's like 95, 96 or whatever.
Solid game.
And though the presentation, like just the pre-match, fire. I think Bob Costas did the hype. They did a hype package for it. Okay, it was because Shaq hadn't beat him yet. Shaq was like 0-5. You know what I'm saying? It was just like Shaq is terrorizing the league. You know, it was, bro. The music, it was this. Yep, right here. It was lit. Mm-hmm. It was lit. It got you excited, and it's just a random. It's just don't get me wrong. As much as I like Dave Robinson, he boring. He the admiral, but he boring. The Spurs, he wasn't like excited, but like it got you hyped for it. You're like, all right, let's. And then they played the NBC music. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, here we go. The presentation. I don't care if it's done by TNT or which one. I'm one of the people who like I could care less. I'm glad they're losing the pack. I'm glad NBC's getting it back.
I feel you.
Or ESPN. They don't get you like because if you can't sell me, it's like a movie, right? If the people like if the actors actresses don't just bring you in, if you don't see a movie title and be like, I'm gonna see that because such and such is in that movie, then the trailer got to get you. You know what I'm saying? Get the trailer got to get me. How many? Obviously, you don't see the movie just based off the trailer. Like shit, I'm gonna check that out. You know what I'm saying?
If the trailer is super good, I turn the trailer off.
What you mean?
If the trailer is super good, I turn it off because you know the movie is gonna be good, so you don't want to ruin it.
Oh yeah. I'll finish it. I may watch it a couple times. I've actually seen some movies via the trailer more than I've seen. But the packaging to me is just bad. But that's all the time we have for you guys today, man. You can follow me at Facebook at Bryce Oding. You can follow me on Instagram at Bryce David Oding. Go ahead and give your stuff.
Okay, I'm not on Facebook or anything like that. I am on Instagram, Yo Cousin Jr. At Yo Cousin Jr. on Instagram. You're gonna be seeing a lot more of me soon. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, if things go well.
Got some stuff coming out.
Yeah. So I'm still gonna hold the silence. I'm a Nick Bosa. I mean, it's a very important time for me right now.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you're gonna see a lot more. So I definitely appreciate the time. I'm saying
for sure.
Yeah, and I'll be back if needed. If a sub is needed, I'll be back.
Hey,
appreciate
so,
you.
Man, like Anthony Reddy said, we call you in. And remember, you hear from the horse's mouth. So listen to Ask Who Told You. We out. Peace.